Internet, and welcome to another episode of Schnozzcast. Your host tonight, Bob and Cory and Nick and Todd. Tonight we're going to have a little booze news for you, a little airing of grievances and gentleman's agreement. We might decide to throw some other stuff in there as well. So, you all right?
A little coughing, maybe.
Peanut butter or jelly?
I think it was the peanut butter that got me.
I got a raspberry in my throat.
What are these a-holes talking about? We just did a shot that Nick had mixed up, which was made from Screwball peanut butter whiskey and...
Old Smoky peanut butter whiskey.
Okay.
And raspberry liqueur.
Okay. The peanut butter and jelly shot.
Oh, yeah. And it's not quite cold yet.
Gross.
It's
but
good.
It's going to be really good.
It does need to be colder.
If it was freezing cold and I think I added one more shot of, heavier on the peanut butter, I think it would be a little bit better.
Yeah. Todd, what are you drinking, buddy?
Oh, funny you should ask. I'm drinking from New Belgium Brewing, Voodoo Rangers Juice Force IPA, a hazy imperial IPA that is mouth-wateringly delicious. And for my shot, Bob,
He's reading the can.
I will be drinking Crown Apple. Thank you.
No, thank you, sir. Nick, how you doing, buddy?
Nick,
Nick, you, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Intensive care unit.
Excellent.
I know.
Cory, how are you?
Oh, hey.
Oh, hey.
I'm tired, man.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you tired, Cory?
We had Kelly's wedding last night.
Yeah, and Kelly is?
Married? Now?
Relation
my
to you?
sister.
Excellent.
My sister.
Congratulations,
New
Kelly.
listeners. Yeah, congratulations, Kelly and Dylan.
And they do listen, so they will actually hear this.
Yeah, congratulations, both of you.
Congratulations, Kelly.
Hell of a wedding.
It was
Great
very nice.
name.
Absolutely. It was a very emotional time.
Indeed. That's
Wish I could have been there.
Two Seleskis down, one to go.
Yeah, that'll be the day. Speaking of which, I have to stop by my mom's house because I did not know that entire bar in the venue last night.
Yeah.
Everything behind it was hers.
Your mom's?
What?
Yep. So we took home probably about $1,000 worth of alcohol last night.
Okay.
So everything's up for the taking.
All right. I'll visit her tomorrow.
All gallons too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Gallons or half
why are you
gallons?
rolling in tonight empty-handed? Oh,
1.75
I
liters.
just found out before
on
we
the
came
way.
over here. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I helped her pack it up, but I didn't know what. I mean, I obviously wasn't going to go. Let me just take this, and this.
I mean, that would have been a very, very acceptable reason for being late.
Yep.
So,
I was getting free booze for the podcast.
I think we know where it's going. Right over to Roseville. Yep.
I mean,
He's going to still show up with half pints of butter schnatz or whatever the fuck they're called.
are you and I really going to get upset about booze that his mom had that she gave to him?
Yeah.
All right. I
Yes.
guess we are.
Could you imagine if there was like booze that my dad gave to me? Like I would be like, no, guys. When the weekend comes, that's my stuff.
Yeah.
You guys would be like, Cory would be like, fuck you. You got like 10 gallons of this shit.
if that was the case, I wouldn't have said anything about it. I would have just brought it over and been like, "Look what I have.
That is true.
This is mine."
Right. I've been looking to stock my bar in the basement for a while.
No, there was an insane amount of alcohol left.
Cool.
And like I said, I didn't know she was the one that purchased all of it. So
I mean, does that blow you away?
no, it doesn't. But when we got there, like everything was already stocked, and even on Wednesday when we had the rehearsal. So I was thinking like, oh, that's obviously theirs if it's already here. But apparently my mom got there very, very, very early and stocked everything.
I did see her paying the pizza boy last night too. So
Oh, they got that money back.
what do you mean?
The money from the pizza?
Why?
Because Callie opened the boxes and every single pizza was slid and smashed into a corner of the box.
Really?
Yep.
Tried to make that 15 minutes, bitch.
So we were standing outside at the time when it got delivered. That's when we were having cigars. And Callie came storming out, which I didn't see her come out of the barn. I only saw her go back in carrying the pizza bags.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
I
like,
saw that too, yeah.
and I was like, why is she carrying pizza bags? That doesn't make any sense. And you kind of hear, blah, blah, this is, and so she went to go back inside to apparently collect all the boxes of pizza to give them back to the driver to get the money back for him. And I guess he ended up calling his boss or manager, whoever, and told him what happened, and they gave the money back.
The pizzas look fine, though.
I mean, I'm sure there were a few slices that were unblemished,
Yeah,
not
but
ruined.
dude, I mean, for $150 worth of pizza, and when you show up, especially to a venue like that, make it. It's got to be presentable.
Right.
You can't just have a pizza tossed in the corner of a box.
Maybe there were some pizzas that we didn't see.
There must have. There must have been.
Like the first at least 3 that I saw looked okay, but yeah, if there were a bunch of them fucked up.
Kelly said she's
maybe
the first.
maybe you screwed an epileptic driver who was delivering those pizzas and had a little bit of shaking incident. And some of those pizza pieces got out of place and it looked all fucked up because they had a medical issue, but they delivered them on time. Damn it, 15 minutes.
Damn it!
What if that happened?
Then he needs to find another job.
Yeah, find new work.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't give 2 shits about your epilepsy.
When you ordered it from Shaky's Pizza, I thought it was pretty clear what was going to happen when we delivered your pizzas.
When you ordered it from left side of the box pizza.
Actually, then let me reel that back in. Probably more closer to true in Michigan is maybe while he was carrying those 15 pizzas, he freaking tripped over the tree root that was pushing the sidewalk up right in front of the damn venue and freaking shook up a couple pieces.
Ma'am, I need you to calm down. This is our special here at Tilteroni's. That's what we do.
I will say from the wedding, the coolest part that that's the second barn wedding, for lack of a better term, that I've been to in my life. Very nice facilities, and they had the foresight to put a giant fan right by the dance floor.
Oh yeah.
Because normally, if they're going to close the whole barn, especially during like the dinner service, then chance for it to get really hot in there. But it was very comfortable.
And to paint the correct picture too, when we keep saying barn, it's a very it was built in 2019. It's a modern style quote unquote barn, but that's all it's used for is just as a venue.
I kept slipping on the hay.
Yeah, there was no hay inside. It was all cement flooring.
I thought the fan was turned on so you didn't smell the horse shit.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. When we were there for the rehearsal, I went into the bathroom and I was like, "This place is really nice," but I don't know what the hell they do in the bathroom because it fucking reeks in here. And then my uncle walked out of the stall, and I was like, "Oh, that's why."
I like the marijuana prep room.
Dude, I freaked out when the first time I went to the bathroom. I walked in and there's this little staging area, and there was a girl there. She's like, "Hello," and I'm like, "What the? Get out! Why are you in the men's bathroom?" And I'm like, "Oh, there's the men's bathroom."
Yeah, there's like outside so you go into like a corridor before you go into the bathrooms, and there's like Bob said, it's a staging area. There's couches, and it's really nice. But it had like everyone's backpacks and some ties strewn about, and you could just tell like either some groomsmen or someone got ready in there, and whoever else went in there smoked a lot of weed because it smelled like new barn wood, a new business, fresh paint, and weed.
Yeah,
I feel like
I couldn't tell you why.
I can't confirm or deny.
I feel like weed might have been used to calm some anxiety prior to the ceremony.
Did it?
Not saying by who, but
I was gonna say the main man of the night. He can't. He gets very, very sick. So,
well,
he needed it.
Yeah.
He needed it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he doesn't can't partake. Well, I mean, I guess he get himself used to it. But
Did you find that out at your dentist appointment?
yeah.
Yeah, so the shoe was on the other stinky foot this weekend where Cory now had to deliver a best man speech.
The bestest mensch.
Yes. So I was
gonna hear
imagining you were going to tell me that it's not as easy as it looks, or you're going to be an asshole and tell me like, yeah, it was a lot easier than you made it seem.
It was pretty easy.
That's what I'm talking about.
I could have put my money on that.
I mean, there was a lot I skipped over. I kind of blanked out on as I was going along with the speech. But
Well, I think we know who's in the staging area then.
it's called a contact time.
But a very cool part was one of the groomsmen walked around with an arm basket. It almost looked like an Easter bunny basket full of beers, handing them out to various congregation members prior to the ceremony.
Oh, so
which I very much appreciated.
Were you there for the ceremony?
Yeah.
So because he was the beer boy rather than having a flower girl.
Yeah.
They made cousin Ryan the beer boy.
Home run.
So when he came walking down the aisle, Todd, he was passing out Bud Lights to everyone.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice move. I appreciated it.
There was another couple that came up to me and said that they were very excited because they got to watch a very nice short ceremony in the shade, and that was the first time during a wedding ceremony they ever enjoyed a beer.
Wow.
Yep.
Is Ryan? Is that the cousin I know now?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was gonna say like he looked different from the last time he like tapped me on the shoulder, and I turned around and I was like, "Who the fuck is this person?" And he's like, "You could have told me you were here." He's like, well, so "When did you get here?" And I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "Oh, hey man." And he's like, "How long have you been here the whole time?" And I'm like, "I'm Nick." He's like,
he was very, very talkative and interactive last night.
Yeah.
If you want to know where that smell came from in the staging
out of
area.
all the people, I wouldn't have thought it was him.
At one point, I did have to tell him, I was like, "Dude, you got to stop in there, because if the owner gets anywhere near there, there's going to be problems." Because there were signs everywhere too saying no smoking, no vaping.
Oh, he was smoking. I thought he was taking horribly smelling dumps.
No, that was his dad, my uncle.
That was the uncle. Maybe he was just trying to cover up his dad's smell because he was embarrassed.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love you, Dad.
Exactly.
This is for you.
I'll light these incense for you, Dad.
All right. Nick, I understand that you may have a booze news article for us.
Hey, we skipped over everything. Where do you find us?
Oh, that's true.
Oh, no.
Yeah. There's a format here, Bob.
Sorry, that was probably the
Housekeeping.
longest we've gone in between.
Yes,
doing housekeeping.
yes, it was.
So apologies for that.
Why did we do that?
If you're new to the podcast, thank you for joining us. You can find us out here on the streaming services, Apple Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, Mixcloud, Pandora, Amazon Music, or anywhere else where you can get a podcast. You can also follow us on social media, on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Schnozzcast, on all of them. You can email us at schnozzcast@gmail.com, or you can call or text us anytime, day or night, at 618-SHOCKER.
The shocker line.
Try it again.
No, I liked it far in the background. That's why I did that.
Okay.
And you muted me, you asshole.
I should have known. I should have known that was your plan all along. All right, so going back into where I left off, booze news.
And now it's time for booze news.
All right, this week's or episode's installment of Booze News. Have you guys ever heard of the nation of Sabotat?
It's very similar to the Nation of Islam.
Gesundheit.
Is it?
Yeah, pretty sure.
I don't think from the
Never
things
heard of
I've read. No?
Well, you've got the
Never heard
article.
of
Why
it.
don't you tell us?
Oh, I will, but I just wanted to show that I don't have to necessarily
How
read
ignorant we
verbatim,
all
that
are.
I can remember articles sometimes if I've read them in advance.
Jesus. Okay.
So anyhow, going into that, there is a website called Saban, SABAN gov.com for the official
Like
website.
site, isn't it?
No, for the official website for the Nation of Sabotat. If you're interested, you can go there and find out more about it. I'll give you just a little brief paragraph, and there's a lot of different avenues on this website that you can go and discover different parts of their culture and their language and their government. Welcome to Sabotat. Sabotat is a small country declared independence on June 28th, 2020, with our founder and currently as president, Trevor, including vice...
Trevor?
Yeah, dude, like you don't know.
One name.
President Trevor, including Vice Commander Brody. In case you would like to join Sabotat, dial 734-307-0365. It will take 1 to 14 business days before you'll be recontacted back. To be refused access for immigration by Saban officials, you must have spent more than 15 years in prison in any country. Just so you're aware, so don't try and get into it. There's 4 main branches of the Judaial branch of immigration. There is National Saban Voting Foundation. There's a law enforcement sign up, Cory. So if you ever want to dabble back into that, or I want to get back into it,
But I have to spend 15 years in prison first.
no, you can't. That's you can't. That's only if you want to be denied access to the country. You must have spent 15 years in prison.
Wait,
Must
so
have.
hang on. So if I want to be denied,
If you want to be denied, that's one of the
Okay,
check
hang-
marks you're gonna have to
hang
make.
on.
Yep.
So
you lost me.
wait, yeah. So people are going to the like. I'm applying, being like, I hope I get denied.
It's not the most eloquently written article, so Just like when they said at the top about if you want to be recontacted back.
I guess that makes a little more sense because if I contact you, you're recontacting me back. It's a little redundant, but
Yeah, they're only
redundant.
contacting you for the first time though. So it's just they're just contacting you back.
They're
Regardless.
not really recontacting you.
Yeah.
They're contacting you back. They're not recontacting you.
So
back.
anyhow, just you guys can go look at it whenever you'd like because there's a lot of great information on here. But their law enforcement sign up. To join Saban Law Enforcement, you must fill out a sheet sent to anyone who calls 734-307-0365.
Can we call this number?
We could. Let's
From the shocker line.
we could.
I want to know what we need to say first. There's a password coming, I think.
Give me that website again.
When sabangov.com.
It sounds like a made up.
It is
Gov.com?
made up, dude.
Yeah.
Exactly.
sabangov.com.
Yeah, that's
Exactly. There's no .gov.
That's not a real email address. Or not a
It's
real
Emailed it. Well, I'm reading. Well, here. I don't know what the actual. It
Dude,
says what it
it's
says
a
at the top.
freaking .com with gov in it, and to make you think that they're freaking legit.
Well, I'm aware.
I'm getting nothing when I go there.
Maybe you're just not connected
Yes.
to the internet. Law enforcement sign up to join. You got to contact this number, and after mentioning the cop sign up with the operator, you must also pass a physical that we will require you to send at least a 1-minute video of workouts.
I guess I could probably get hired then, huh?
I think you're.
Is there any height regulation?
I think
usually
Cory's
it's all
singing a
keeping
different.
Cory out.
I think Cory's singing a different tune now after that 1-minute video sign up.
Maybe.
Sounds like they have a stringent physical process.
They if you go to their website, yeah, it's sabatat.gov.weebly.com.
I am not typing.
That's what the URL says at the top of the website.
You're going to
it
get a
tells
virus if you go there, Bob.
Yeah,
That's why I'm
yeah,
not even
don't-
going to do it.
things.
Do not blame the Schnozzcast. If you find
Honorable mentions of things to click on are home, laws to follow, national traditions, sponsorships, Saban National 23 News, currency, political parties, national flags, system of regulations with an exclamation point, national pledge, fun facts, all the royals, all the examons, all the senators, and all the judges. So I won't go into it, but if you want to know further about the examons or the judges,
I don't.
You can go there, and you could probably
The
talk
only
to
links that
President
you
Trevor.
didn't mention was you didn't mention the links to spam and frickin' computer takeover.
Well, it's navigating pretty crisply on my phone.
Yeah,
so.
after you go there, go right immediately to norton.com.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
download the latest
LifeLock.
version.
I do find it very interesting that nowhere on the website does it give the geological or geographical location of this nation. But it is a
I'm not
734.
surprised.
It is a 734 number to get
I'm not surprised.
in touch with them.
I found a place for them. Would you like to know where they're at?
Yes, I
Yeah.
would.
If you guys had to take any guesses in the entire
Downriver.
entire
Trenton.
Wyandotte.
I know it's downriver. I was going to say, I know, Lincoln Park.
Todd, you hit the nail on the head, buddy. They're in Trenton.
Trenton's
From
kind of
Seattle with the dunk.
Trent's kind of affluent, so I don't know. I mean, I could see if you said like Taylor.
Affluent
never
for
use the
down
word
for
affluent.
downriver.
Anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Any part
they
of
brush
Michigan
more
started
than a
with the word
tooth.
down.
If what?
Affluent.
The property taxes are more expensive than anywhere we live.
Oh, that's because the Saban government's running everything.
Exactly.
Just to piggyback off of Nick's article, a couple of celebrity deaths this past week. Mikhail Gorbachev passed away at the age of 91 on the 30th, and this was actually 2 days ago, on the 8th. Queen Elizabeth II passed away at the age of 96.
Rest in peace, Queen.
R.I.P. Did anybody else get to? I feel like my whole day was being inundated with clips from Naked Gun with with Reggie Jackson trying to shoot the Queen. Just kept popping up on my feed.
Oh, really? No, I didn't notice it.
I didn't get that.
No,
No. You have to send me that. That
is a
sounds
shame.
very funny.
Shut the fuck up.
I want to know, did she make any dying declarations about Diana?
Or about not liking black people.
She was pretty clear on that, though.
Exactly. You take that ginger Harry back to U.S. We don't want him anymore.
This is the dark side of booze news. Todd, let's keep it going in that
Yes,
general
sir.
direction and do some airing of grievances. What do you got? For
Hell
us?
to the yeah.
And
You
another
wanna play
one.
something?
There you go. Oh, Nick just did.
That's
Go
what I'm
ahead.
talking about.
Go ahead.
So actually, I changed it. I had a different. I still had a bunch of travel grievances, but after the conversation earlier, I switched to one of my many other grievances that I had on the back burner, which is I am sick and tired of people who judge me in the bathroom at the strip club for not tipping the maitre d' in there. You don't know how many times I've been in the bathroom. I might have tipped it the first time like $20. Do I have to tip them $20 each time I go into the bathroom? Sometimes I don't have change. Don't give me hate for not tipping the maitre d' in the bathroom.
Hold
I don't
on.
need to buy.
Who's giving you hate? The maitre d'?
Matron.
No.
It's not a matron. Well, so who
Yeah, it's not
cares?
matron. You get this every now and again. You know how you get the stink eye from another guy who just tipped a guy $1 for a shot of Paco Rabanne and a paper towel to dry his hands.
Hold on.
And then I'm walking out, but I'm like, I already tipped the dude $20 the first time I came in. I even gave him a dap going, hey, we're good for the rest of the night, right, bro? But then each time I go into the bathroom after that, I got people mean mugging me for not tipping the dude for getting a paper towel from him. But I already hooked him up. I don't need to be judged.
Clarifying question.
Yes, sir.
Why are you looking anyone in the eye in the men's bathroom?
I look everybody in the eye every day, all day, Bob.
No. That is.
So I should be looking at their wieners?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Sir,
Yep. Switch it up to that, Todd.
I look every man I see in the eye. That's how I roll, Bob.
While they're urinating, that's got to be awkward. I would say.
Well, no. Well,
eyes
if
front,
I
eyes
face
front.
the wall, but if somebody talks to me across the urinal,
No talking.
I make eye contact.
No talking.
I don't
Who is
talk.
talking?
I don't initiate. Hey. I've had people turn and look at me and go, I think I'm having a heart attack, bro. And then I'm obliged to look them in the eye and go,
Are you a
zip
doctor?
up, and I will
No.
call. What?
You're not a doctor. Let the
Yeah, but
professionals handle this, Todd. Finish your business, zip
That's
up
why I
and
was
get out of
gonna-
there.
That's why I looked him in the eye and gave him good advice to tell him he needed to zip up before he could get any help from me.
All right.
I don't know why.
I got nothing.
Yeah, that's my grievance. Don't mean mug me because I'm not tipping the maitre d' in the bathroom. I already tipped him. I did. Honest.
I'm with you there. When even if you're like I'm my own man and I don't need another man drying off my hands, and you try and like speedily run to the sink and like or like you like, oh, I got some sanitizer in my pocket. I'm not even gonna wash my hands because I don't even want to deal with this moron. And he's already like pulling the paper towel down. He's like, and I'm like, nope, I'm good, thank you. Like I want you to assist me with nothing. Like I won't even take the paper towel from him. Like,
Exactly. I give the one tip just so I know so that me and the guy are good. I don't want dude freaking thinking that I'm hating on him. I know he's working for a living. It's hard to be in the bathroom all day. People taking dumps, doing all manner of other nastiness in there. I get it. So that's why I tip him. Tip him well. But I tip him on the first visit. That way I'm not obliged anymore. But what happens is people start mean mugging throughout the night because I'm back in there. And they're like, you're not going to get a guy any money. I'm like, I already hooked this dude up. That's what I'm saying.
I don't need some man supervising my urinating time and handing me paper towel, a thimble of fucking Pledge or whatever kind of mouthwash they got in there, and a box of Mike and Ike's. No, just let me get the fuck out.
They used to give out bit of honeys back in the day.
Yeah, which one is the club that gives out the Mike and Ike's? Asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Just curious. Want to pass that information along to interested parties.
And I have one more bathroom grievance, Bob, but I think it's a quick one.
Good, because that first one seemed like a very niche grievance that is more of a helicopter budget issue.
I prefer niche.
that wouldn't affect the normal man so many times.
Okay, so this next one's going to cover. This one covers the gap.
Yeah, let's talk.
My next
directly to our
bathroom-
listeners.
Yes, I'm my next bathroom. My next bathroom grievance is this, gentlemen and ladies. You go to the bathroom, wash your damn hands, please, pretty please.
Unless
if I
there's a
see you
bathroom
walking
HR.
out the door, even just wash your hands. Wash your own damn hands. And don't just turn on the water and wave it around. Put some soap on your hands, man. Just because you think your dang lane's clean, don't mean I want to fist bump you or shake your hand at some point during the night. Wash your hands, you filthy sons of bitches. Everybody who goes to the bathroom to do anything, blow your nose, wipe your ass, take a shit, take a piss, please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Please wash your hands. 20 seconds. Soap. Wait for the water to get warm if you can. Sometimes I know at the strip club they don't turn the warm water on because they don't want you in there lingering. Plus the dude gets to hand you extra paper towel and you got to tip higher. But anyway, please wash your hands with soap and cold, lukewarm, or hot water if you get the chance. Keep your hands clean. And if you don't wash your hands, at least be a human being and wear a sign around your neck that says, I pee and poop in public places and don't ever wash my hands. And you can put public places so you won't be truly embarrassed. But I know if you don't wash at Red Lobster, you don't wash at home, bitch. Wash your hands.
Oh, I think your first problem is you're at Red Lobster.
I like how he brought it back down, though. He moved from the strip club to Red Lobster.
Yeah.
Just to cover the whole spectrum.
I mean, that's a birthday night if I've ever heard one.
Yeah. That should have been a 21st birthday.
Yeah. Hey, buddy. Guess what we got lined up for you?
How do you feel about boobs and crab legs?
What are your thoughts on what are your thoughts on 3 baskets of Cheddar Bay biscuits?
Yeah.
And
a woman who's just trying to get herself through college.
And a woman that smells the same.
She's going to nursing school, Bob.
Guys. This is a tangent. This is a big time tangent. I know. And
there's no limit to grievances. So if you
this isn't a grievance, but this is a tangent. So recently, many people know that sorry for the tangent, Bob. Many people know that I'm a chicken owner. And recently we helped one of our neighbors. Yes, and we helped one of our neighbors is moving, and they needed to rehome 6 of their chickens, and so we took in 6 new chickens that are acclimating and becoming a part of my flock. But this past week, I made a command decision, and the tangent is because it'll come right home in a second. But this past week, of course, I can tell the 6 new chickens from my old flock of chickens, but I can't tell any of the new chickens apart just yet, except one of them is particularly, for lack of a better term, homely. They're all the same species of chicken, so they all look color-wise and feathers and all that other stuff. They're all the same.
Not pleasing to the eye.
She's homely. She's homely. So I'm like, she's just not very pretty, and so I'm like, she needs a really, really pretty name then. And so the first thing that jumped into my mind is, I'm like, you know who has the prettiest names on the planet? Strippers. And so I decided that my 6 new chickens are all getting stripper names. And so the one that I can tell apart from the other 6 right now is the homeliest of them. And this week, I just named her Passion. So I will be soliciting feedback for the chicken names once I can tell the other 5 apart. But Passion is now, and Mary's now calling the ugliest chicken that I own Passion.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, if you've got any suggestions for stripper names for Todd's chickens, you can call or text us at 618-SHOCKER.
Shocker.
And I do like the fact how you brought it all back to the strip club. I'm like, where is he going with this chicken thing? And then all of a sudden,
they're all getting stripper names.
Full circle.
And isn't Passion the prettiest of stripper names?
I prefer Cinnamon.
Yeah, I second that.
That's a dog's name.
Cinnamon?
Cinnamon.
Yeah, Cinnamon's a great stripper.
It's going to be hard pulling Cinnamon off on a black chicken. But I'll do it. We'll figure it out once I can tell the other 5 apart.
Yeah,
Todd.
It's not just a redhead name, Todd.
I would say I've met many black cinnamons in my entire life. So
Yeah, because their bushes are dyed red, probably.
I prefer this.
Nope. Not a lick of hair anywhere on them.
The bushes in their yard. The bushes in their. That's what I meant like decorative bushes.
All right,
That's
Todd,
what I meant too.
Todd, we got another PB&J shot sitting here, so go ahead and grab yourself one. We're gonna try to drink this as quick.
I got my shot. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Before it gets warm.
Let's do it.
Oh, what are you drinking tonight? Cheers.
Sweet Machu Picchu.
It's getting there.
Ooh.
Getting there.
Yeah, it is.
That's the good stuff. That's the good stuff.
Thank
Bob.
you.
There we go. It's been a long weekend. It's not even Sunday yet.
I was gonna say weekend. It's the middle of the
The
weekend.
first weekend of NFL football, baby.
That's right. That's right. If you had sports, we'd be talking about it, but we don't. So here we go, gentlemen's agreement.
Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Oh, gentlemen's agreement. Oh, it's the motherfucking gentlemen's agreement. Gentlemen's agreement. Oh, gentlemen's agreement. Oh, gentlemen's agreement. Oh, gentlemen's agreement.
All right.
I was all over Fiverr looking for that dude. All over it.
Yeah.
Dude, I wonder what would happen if you put that shit up on Fiverr and just put like, if you're interested, here's sample my work.
Here's
contact
some
me.
of the voices I do. This is the person I like to call Cory.
I'm claiming copyright to that shit like you wouldn't believe.
All right. Every $5 that is spent, Cory gets $1 of my
Oh,
work.
I'm taking 50%.
No, I'm doing the work.
I don't care.
I like where this is going. I almost don't want to do gentlemen's
50% or you can't use it. That's
No,
simple
you're
as that.
not- No, you can't copyright a voice imitation.
Yeah, you can.
You can't.
Yes, you can.
Yeah. People never do voice impressions of any celebrities, so they're all getting paid.
I'll just sue the company and say it was me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Sue and Fiverr
Yeah. And Nick.
and Nick.
And you know what they'll tell you? Oh, you do sound
Eat a dick.
exactly like that guy.
Yeah, so I need all the payments to be turned over to me.
But according to you, I sound nothing like you.
Oh, that is true. You were on record as saying that to many, many people.
That sounds nothing like me.
You're on record on your own wedding saying that.
Not on record at the wedding saying
I
that.
feel like someone was
Oh,
taking a
boy.
video that I saw.
Negative.
Oh, boy.
You just haven't seen it yet.
I've seen them all.
I don't think so.
I was waiting to be a stand-in for your speech.
Yeah, well,
Oh, for
I was waiting for.
weekend?
I know. I was waiting for him to give me the high sign. Like he was under the spotlights, starting to sweat a little bit. Like Nick, come on, finish it for me.
dying up here.
don't give yourself too much credit, buddy.
All right, Nick, keep the talking going. You got a second half review to give for, I assume that you finished it.
Nope. Well, with good reason.
It's always a good reason. Moving on.
Moving on.
Okay.
All right,
I did mine.
Todd.
Yes, sir.
The Power of the Dog from
Yes. Who? You did. You assigned that to me.
I did.
So, much like Cory's review last time,
Oh, boy.
if I were a vindictive man, you'd be sending me money. If I paid once, and here's the thing: that movie was so bad, I almost watched it again to make sure it just wasn't me.
All right, well, give it 30 seconds. And
Oh,
some people that don't know what it's about.
I leapt into the grade before I told anybody about what it was.
You smelled blood in the water, and you're like, oh, I can't wait to pounce on him. 30 seconds.
Hey,
What's it about?
Well, before we do that, even can you remind me? Because here's the one thing that I think this movie is so bad. There's a reason for it. I didn't watch this because, for the life of me, even though I'm a dog guy, I can't remember the name of the damn film. Can you tell me what movie you asked me to watch again?
The Power of the Dog. Did you watch
The Power of the Dog. I did. I watched it. Fucking horrible. Benedict Cumberbatch, the dude from Friday Night Lights, a blonde lady who I've seen before and other stuff who I don't remember her name, Kirsten Dunst. I don't know.
Well,
Anyway,
yep.
It's set back in early 1900s, like 1925. Ranchers, hooligans. I can't really tell whether or not Benedict and the dude from Friday Night Lights are blood brothers or brothers by blood or brothers by pillaging, because something happened 25 years ago when they took over this ranch, and it feels like they ripped somebody off, but it wasn't clear. And then there was a bunch of a bunch of weird kind of innuendo. I thought that one of the brothers was going to murder the other, or the other one was going to die. But then the one I thought was going to die, the guy from Friday Night Lights, fell in love with a woman who ran a place, where a restaurant, or the place where they fed the cowboys who came into this country town back in the early 1920s. Anyway, he starts liking her, tries to court her, does court her, marries her. Turns out she has a son, but I don't know if it's her real son because he calls her by her first name. And the acting is really, really bizarre, and you have to rewind because you're like, did I just miss something? And I keep thinking that wizards are going to show up, and I think it's like, no, there's like somebody's going to stab somebody in the eye, or there's aliens, or there's the occult. But no, at the end of the day, there's a bunch of homophobic innuendo with big name actors dancing around the fact that the kid who is potentially gay but wants to be a doctor and likes cutting shit up murders the dude who is mean to his mom or might out her for being a gold digger. Was that more than 30 seconds?
I hope that review of that movie goes viral, and that Sam Elliott gets to see it, because I think you may have a new best friend.
Yeah, I think that was the worst. It was one of the, and here's the funny thing. 98% of the time when I watch my Gentleman's Agreement pick, I watch it by myself. But on this one weird day, my wife indulged me and watched a show with me. And no fewer than 16 times did she say, "What the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on?" And I'm like, I know. I go, it's like we're both high. And she's like, I don't do drugs. She does not.
Because parts of that review almost made it sound like you fell asleep several times and were trying to catch up.
Dude, I almost watched it again because I'm like, maybe I have a gas leak in my house. And for one day when I watched this movie, I was inebriated and didn't know it.
Okay.
And so I was going to watch it outside in the fresh air and make sure that it wasn't that. And then when I told Mary that was my plan for today, she goes, "Why would you waste another 2 hours of your life on the most horrible, stupid movie ever in the history of the universe?" So my grade for, what's the name of the damn movie? What's the name of it? The Hair of the Dog. It's a fucking F-.
Wow.
All right. Well, so if anybody is ever following this show at all, they're either going to go like, "Fuck you, I love Bob's picks. I'm going to give it a try," because there's no way that could be true. People who love Todd's reviews are like, "What the fuck happened to Bob? It sounds like it was a piece of dog shit." I'm taking it off my watch list. What can we say?
If there was someone out there that had that currently on their watch list,
yeah, and who now has decided upon hearing this to pull it off, they should definitely text us.
Take a look.
Let's not even go that far.
Yeah. Okay.
If they had this on their watch list,
Yeah.
I feel like that's already a problem.
Why?
Exactly.
He didn't even know what the fuck was about.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just something about the title. If I would have been assigned that, I was like, fuck, here we go.
But it's
I'm
very
like, I'm a
nebulous.
dog guy. I'm literally,
Right.
dude.
He's
I'm
I'm a dog guy.
Like
He
20
has
minutes.
nothing
I'm
to
like,
do
wait a
with
minute, they're
dogs.
gonna murder a dog here in a second, and I'm gonna be,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna be committed. And I'm like, no dog gets murdered. No dog gets murdered.
And this movie,
And
was
the one
actually
dog in the
in
show
the news.
gets fucked with just a little bit, and it's a shit dog anyway.
In the news, when in '92?
No, like in the last 2 years.
I missed the 92 news.
Those are
No
the
shit.
days, the salad days of news,
Exactly.
as they say.
I'm telling you, lots of stuff about TLC.
All right, well, thanks for that, Todd.
Glowing review.
We're gonna move on to Cory, who had to watch, also by me, Trance.
Yeah.
Let's see if I'm going 0 for 2 here tonight.
Hell in a handbasket.
Yeah.
Well, Trance. Oh man, I don't even know where to start. It's
Spoiler free or spoiler?
No, there's gonna be spoilers.
Okay.
If this is on someone's watch list, I don't know what they're doing.
Shit, that doesn't sound good.
It's about a kind of a heist movie. It started off very, very good. There's a guy explaining he works for an art auction house and kind of explaining the protocol of what would happen if they ever got robbed. And kind of walks through all that, and I'm like, all right, yeah, here we go. This is gonna be pretty sweet. And then, of course, what actually happens? The auction house gets robbed, and everything progresses from there. And there's the pictures, so that it's supposed to be taken by this guy. It's not in the frame anymore. Once he gets to the location, he's gonna look at the picture and all that. Come to find out, the guy that worked at the auction house was in on the job. They end up meeting up, and he gets tortured because they think he took the picture. And but during the actual heist, he was hit in the head with a shotgun by the guy that he was in cahoots with, which apparently gave him some sort of amnesia that he could not remember what he did with this painting.
I almost don't care what else happens from here, but the fact that Cory used the word cahoots in his review, I'm all set.
All right. And so they decide to take him to a hypnotherapist, Rosario Dawson, and she starts trying to unlock this memory of how they could find this, where he put this painting after the heist. That's where everything kind of went sideways, buddy.
Okay.
It's just, I mean, it had a decent plot with how, and again, spoilers for those that have Trance on their list that haven't watched it since 2012.
Yeah.
But she's also kind of in on it on her own. And there was a relationship between her and the guy that worked at the auction house, and how it all kind of comes together in the end. There was still a couple of things I was like, I don't know. This seems very out of place in the movie. But you did get to see full nude frontal of Rosario Dawson.
And
so
that's why I gave it to you.
That was the
welcome.
biggest plus of the movie.
Yeah.
Don't try and redeem yourself now.
That's the only thing I can do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. It was nowhere near as terrible as Todd's review and what Todd thought about the movie,
Yeah.
and nowhere near as bad as the whatever.
History of violence.
Yeah. So I mean,
All right, so I didn't redeem myself with a home run, but it
no,
sounds like,
it's not terrible, but it's
Not your
not
cup of
great.
okay. I can live with that.
Was it an F minus?
It was not an F minus.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was $3.99, and I'm out of Warheads Pop, so shit.
That makes it a solid F.
All right. Well, hold on though, because I have a review to give as well that Cory gave to me, so maybe it'll all even out for me. But actually, for your movie, the way I got roped into it was, the three leads in the movie is Vincent Cassel and James McAvoy and Rosario Dawson.
What was the movie?
Trance. For my money, I'd never really seen any of those folks do a bad movie. You know what I mean? Do a bad job.
I didn't either until today.
And so I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And that's what I thought. I'm like, oh, maybe Cory will, appreciate this. Yes, there is fantastic frontal nudity from Rosario Dawson. Yes, that's almost worth the price of admission. You should actually be paying to see that.
I did.
But-
$3.99.
I wasn't 100% like, oh, this is the greatest story ever told on film.
All right. As long as you realize it's not
No.
not a killer movie.
I just wanted to make sure I had a safe, I couldn't come back with another history of violence this week. That I did with Todd, but for you, I couldn't do that.
Well, I appreciate it, I think.
Yeah. So I had from Cory, I had welcome to Wrexham, and this is it's on Hulu. You should be able to find it for free. Spoiler free review. This is essentially Wrexham is a town in Wales which has the oldest the oldest English football club in the world. The oldest pitch.
Second oldest club and the oldest pitch.
Oldest pitch.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so the pitch is the field, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
what's cool-
Bob, before you
Yeah.
go for, and I don't mean to cut you off or
That's
skip
all
your
right.
thing, but I'm really eager, but I wanted to throw this out there before you say it. This felt like Ted Lasso in real life. Is it?
No, because all right. So 30 second. I'm going to try to keep it spoiler free. Essentially, the club has fallen on hard times lately. They've had a string of owners that have kind of, driven the club into the ground. It is an English football club. The town really it means a lot to the town, as most sports teams do to most of their towns or their fans. It fosters a community of coming together, and the lack of success and the seeming corruption and graft from the owners of the club have kind of driven a wedge into the town and really kind of depressed the town. So it's up for sale. In walk, and I don't think this is a spoiler, in walks Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney. Ryan Reynolds, if you don't know, played Deadpool as well as a number of other things, Van Wilder. Rob McElhenney was in Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Absolutely.
So these two guys had never met, but they both jointly went in to purchase the club. And so it is an ongoing series. I watched all 5 episodes. I think there's been 5, but I'm all caught up. I think they're going 10 episodes at least.
Is it
10 or 12?
All right, because they released every Friday. They release 2 new ones.
Yeah. So probably. Yeah,
I think I just watched 7 and 8 last night.
I haven't caught those because of the wedding, but a definite thumbs up. Those two. I mean, you gotta love an underdog story, and I don't know where it's gonna go because the great news is they're not the fucking New York Yankees. You're not gonna see them in the news, so it's gonna be real easy to avoid spoilers for what actually has happened.
Right.
And Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds are very affable. They actually bring quite a bit of humor to the whole thing, but they also give you a look into what it's like to buy a franchise or to buy a team. And then deal with all the challenges that come with that, especially when it's in a country that's not your country, that you're not familiar with their laws, which are sometimes, very, very, very old and really stupid.
Antiquated.
Yeah. Beyond.
Yeah. So if you're interested at all in either of those things, Reynolds, McElhenney, English football, sort of rags to riches type story, or at least redemption stories, definitely check it out on Hulu.
Bob.
Yep.
Question. So again, and it feels still like if I and the reason I asked the question about Ted Lasso, it feels like similar-ish, but this thing sounds like it pulls at your heartstrings because it's the real deal and it's the nitty-gritty of what goes into it. Because Lasso goes because he won a college football game that was somewhat meaningful, and then turns around a team in a town where people love the team, but it's being fought over because of the divorce, whatnot. Again, I know that Lasso's already been reviewed on the show, but it seems like this is like the real world where they're giving a master's class in like all the real shit that happens and what it really means to own a thing. And
Todd, I will say I will disagree with Bob on that. Not in a bad way by any means, but and so yeah, a lot of certain aspects it is kind of like Ted Lasso.
The ground floor.
Yeah, it's the very
the real
ground
deal,
floor.
which I love. Like I said, that's why I'm like, because I love Ted Lasso, but I know that I get that that's suspense and disbelief.
Right. There's just
Whereas
not all that made.
like
There's not all that made for TV stuff that it is in Ted Lasso that's not in Welcome to Wrexham. Right? Welcome to Wrexham is just that, it's reality. There's not the love stories and then the happy-go-lucky this and that.
Yeah.
It's the real nitty-gritty of owning a down and out football club.
No, I love it. And with people who don't know the customs of the place, they're not from there. Even if they do love the team, they can never love it as much as the people who have grown up with it. That's what endears you to Ted Lasso. It's like the people of the community give so much a shit about a thing that nobody else in the world knows or gives a shit about.
And that was the thing when Bob mentioned that in his review that I wanted to touch on was, dude, yeah, the people of Wrexham, like this isn't just a like, oh, we're fans of like this club. It's literally everything to them. Like the one guy was talking about, like he wouldn't know what to do, like how to raise his kid without having Wrexham football around. And I'm like, wow, that's an insane commitment to not only a sport but to a shit team. That's how deeply you feel about them because you're from there and that's what the team means to you. I think it's absolutely outstanding some of the things that these people say in the documentary because it's to see what it actually means to them and what it does for that area of Wales is absolutely insane. And I think that's something that we truly don't have over here. Like, yeah, people are fans and there's diehard fans, but there's not a huge community of everyone, all those people coming together and living so close to each other and having that that one familiar thing that brings them all together.
So actually, you touch on a very interesting point, because I would love to talk to you for hours about why we don't have that here. But interestingly enough, I'm drawn to it because dissimilarly, and I'll do a 90-second sports on it at some point about curling in Ireland. A guy that Bob and I worked with back in the day, and I won't use his name on the cast, but curling is by far the most brutal sport in all of sport. And as a guy who played football and really, really respects the athletes who play that game and other very physical games, curling is the most dangerous sport I think that's played. And a guy that we worked with back in our EMC days, his dad is like a curling legend from a small town called Cork, Ireland, and literally, like, they would live and die. And his dad was so good that in any town, like, he's like royalty. Like, there'll never be a bar fight that he doesn't have the whole town taking his side. His dad's like that famous, and that's because, again, those families have been around. And again, it shows you how young America is. We don't have that because we haven't been around for 1,000 years like people over in Europe. So it's just a funny thing. It's like those little towns and those sporting, their families played on those teams, and they love them because they are their family and they give a shit. So I'm going to watch it. So sorry for stealing a lot of time here, but I'm excited to watch it now.
Damn you, Todd. And do you agree with Todd and Cory that it's more like Ted Lasso? Do you agree with me that it's less? Watch it and see. So new assignments. Cory, I got you again, buddy. You got Todd, and Todd has me.
Okay.
So
I feel like I'm going to run this up there. I have one that I've been wanting to dish out. Have you seen Belfast? Speaking of my buddies in Ireland,
I have not.
Belfast.
Okay, I got it. Cory, you want to go or you want me to go?
If you got something, go ahead. I'm still trying to find something for Todd.
Man, how am I going to follow this up? I've really, I don't know that I have a absolute home run for you, but let's go with. Have you seen The Gentleman?
I don't know who's in it.
McConaughey.
No, I don't think so.
Ooh, this is a risky pick, Bob. I like it. I like where you're at.
What do I got to lose?
I like where you're at.
Because if I give him this is the least risky pick I have in my entire list for Cory.
Ooh, but I like the pick.
Yeah,
I think it's risky though.
I'm telling you, it's the least risky pick I have. And everything else, you'd be like, why the fuck would you ever give that to Cory? So
right.
I have to do it.
The Gentleman?
The Gentleman.
All right.
Should have been like in the last few years. Come out.
Yep.
Sweet. Todd, you have.
Yes, sir.
Untold.
You don't know I have it yet.
I'm very sure you haven't seen this yet.
Okay.
Untold, the girlfriend that didn't exist.
Yeah, I saw it.
Go fuck yourself. You did not.
All right. Hey, you know what's cool? Untold, the girlfriend that didn't exist.
Okay.
I can remember the name of that title. I can't remember what the dog in the hen house.
Yes. So close.
I guarantee he's gonna call one of us this week asking, what was that thing that was assigned?
No, he doesn't ever do that. He just watches whatever he wants and then
Yeah, that's true.
comes on the episode and he's like,
That is true.
oh no, shit, I watched that. Sorry.
And then the
Yeah,
pig
because I knew
came
mine
out,
would be better. Mine would be better than what you picked for me.
and I was so confused.
There was a web with this spider named Charlotte. Todd, you had the Expendables. How did you get Charlotte's web out of that?
All right, gentlemen. You want to do a quick question?
Sure.
If you got a quick one?
I don't know. Quick. I don't know. I can't control the answers.
But you control the questions.
You just had to fuck around with that screw on the
You do a
microphone,
lot of
didn't you?
fondling with that microphone, man.
Yeah, he was sitting over here.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Existential question of the week.
All right, this week's installment of Nick's Existential Question of the Week. What is the most annoying thing about your significant other?
Ooh.
Just kidding.
Yeah, thanks.
Just kidding, guys.
I'm like, that's trouble.
Yeah.
Should have let it fucking happen for all the peanut gallery comments from these ones. All right. If you could have anyone locked in a room so that you could torment them for a day, who would you choose and how would you torment them? Anyone, Todd. Torment them for a day. Anyone. Locked in a room. Don't look too far into it. Who else has the keys to this room? Like, no. Locked in a room, anybody. So let it marinate.
I have a clarifying question.
Do ya?
I do.
I think I know Nick's answer now.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to make it complicated. But I could have anyone locked in this room, living or dead or living.
Living. You're not going to put a corpse in a room.
I mean,
Well,
I don't know how great the tormenting would be.
second.
Ah,
clarifying
you're
question.
dead.
cut his fingers off.
Yeah. Take
It
that.
really got him.
Take that, corpse.
Take that
All right.
corpse.
So can you repeat the question then?
If you could have anyone locked in a room and tormented for a day, who would you pick and what would you do to them?
Todd, I've already got my answer for you. I already know who you should pick. Do we have to give names?
I mean,
This is an audio podcast. What are we going to do? Like blink 3 times?
you can give the relationship.
You should probably do
of
initials.
how you know them.
do initials. So that you should probably you should even stay away from it because if ever gets pulled back into court, I don't want to.
That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if this is
So it's gotta be a
crime
fake
that you guys
name.
are planning, then yeah, I probably wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right. What's the question?
I don't feel like no one wants to go first.
I can go first.
I'm just really trying to. I want to lock down the right person.
Oh, okay. I can go first. Mine would be Derek Muhammad.
All right. Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is, but it sounds awesome because
Yeah.
it sounds like a real person.
It is a real person.
I'm very aware of who he is, and I'm glad Nick picked him because he was one of the ones on my list as well, so I can eliminate him now.
Jesus.
And you had like hours of experience with him, and I had years.
I had a half-hour interview and then a voicemail and phone call back. That was it. And I cannot, to this day, I cannot stand the fucking guy.
I think I would. So that would be definitely him. And as in regards to torment, I think I would make him go through an arduous 24 hours of cultural appropriation classes that that were on loop, that he would have to pass a very, very difficult test.
In order to stop the torment?
Yes. I think
Sorry, I had to throw that part in
But
there.
the tournament would still stop at the 24-hour point, though, right?
Nope.
No,
No.
it's,
I would say let's eliminate that 24-hour period.
Yeah.
And he's got to pass the test.
I'll second that. Yeah, he's got to pass the test. It's a very difficult test,
Some may say an impossible test.
and it just starts over. Keeps starting over again. The cultural appropriations class.
So then the questions that it lasts 24 hours or a day is kind of inaccurate. So it could last longer.
Yeah, it
With the
could.
right.
Yeah, but see, things like that, like timeline-wise, I'm willing to let slide. Digging up bodies and putting them in a room, I think we can put the kibosh on that.
All right.
So that's mine.
I'll go.
Go ahead.
I would do it. I would put Mary in that room.
Wow.
My wife?
Yep. And her torment for a day is going to be listening to you singing songs that she loves with all fucked up lyrics over and over and over and over again.
What has Mary done to you?
Nothing.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
just find that hilarious. And
You just
and
made
she's
her-
already
She's going to hate you now.
She already has to deal with that every goddamn day. So this is just an extension of that.
And she's going to hate you.
I mean, this is
that's
a
awesome.
hypothetical. This is a hypothetical.
That is awesome.
Because the notion
well,
of
that's gonna be-
the notion of her sitting in the car while you sing fucked up lyrics to Bone Thugs and Harmony songs kind of tickles my funny bone. Todd, you're giving it some serious thought. Don't forget
am. Well, because-
all the nemesis that you have and all the axes you have to grind.
Yeah, that's what's making this really hard for me.
It should be the easiest thing in the world. You should be like going,
It's
oh
not.
my God, there's like 10 different people I'd put in there.
Yeah, but who would I put first? I'm like, this is my opportunity to kind of lay out some
It is
grandiose.
hypothetical. Just pick one. Pick the first one.
Okay. So wait a minute. I got one another clarifying question.
Yeah.
You know how cats' tongues are really rough? Do you think
on.
that extends to like the? Do you think that extends to like the lion and tight? Like,
Yes.
are like a lion's lick? Is that like exponentially rougher than like a kitten?
Well, there's more surface area, so sure.
Agree, but is it like?
Yeah, they do.
But again,
The big cats
extra
have-
ridges, like tear the skin away.
They do. That's actually what it's made for. It's made for tearing flesh.
The tongue.
Their tongues, yeah. Big cats.
Perfect. So there's a lady that I know that's going to be really easy that I used to work with, and I'd like to torment her. Bob knows who it is. She can tell you. He can tell you off the air. And this also, I know I'm never going to do this, but so whatever. So I'll take a tiger as my cat, but I'd like her every day for that cat to lick her butt, and it happens every day until that wound heals.
Okay. So all of eternity.
No. This is for one day. You just want to
No. If dude has to pass a test on cultural appropriation, it feels like I can say that she has to heal from a one lick wound that a tiger might inflict on a person's taint and anus.
One lick wound.
It's your question, man. I'm out.
It's taking you guys so long to even come up with answers, so I'm
I'm
okay.
done.
I'm okay with it. That's
All
fine.
right.
I got mine.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Cory.
Arnold Wicker.
Oh, yeah, that's another good one.
I feel like you guys have no problem listing names of people that probably listen to the show. Just out of
know.
morbid
they probably-
curiosity.
He probably does
I'm
not.
trying not to go to jail.
No, he probably does not. But I wish he did
Right.
because I would have loved for him to hear this.
Okay.
Man, it's the torture part is almost like I wish I wouldn't even know where to start. Just it would be a mix of everything: waterboarding, car batteries,
Death by 1,000 cuts.
yeah, just absolutely everything. He deserves whatever comes to him. I was almost thinking there's still no time limit on it.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
All right, if there's no time limit on it, he should actually just be put in a dark room and just locked in there. That's it. That's his torture.
That's the end of it?
That's the end of it.
Solitude in the dark.
Complete solitude, and that's never coming out.
Okay.
And all the monograms should be cut from his clothes?
You're in that room naked. You have nothing. You just sit there.
Every outfit he had personally monogrammed with his initials on shirts, any kind of shirt on his
Yeah,
cuffs.
suit coats, everything.
Everything.
On the jackets?
Misplaced them?
Yeah,
On the
everything.
suit jackets?
On the sleeve, so everyone could see it.
On the suit jacket.
Yeah.
That's just tacky. You get on your shirt, but not on your jacket.
Nope. Everything he owned, polos, everything.
Is this why you want him in the room?
Because of that?
Because of the monogramming?
No, he's just a piece of shit.
Oh, okay.
He's a terrible, terrible,
Gotcha.
terrible person.
That's one aspect of how terrible he is.
Yeah. That's just one of the nuances of his terribleism.
Trademark 2022, Cory says.
Right.
Terribleism.
This is the guy that multiple occasions insulted Cory and his family, including his dad, specifically his dad.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Monogrammed all his clothes. Would wear a suit with a little diamond stud in his ear as a grown man. I mean, he just looks ridiculous. That we almost could have looked past. And then would wear camo army fatigue pants when he would come in and fire someone.
Why?
Because he's nuts.
He was the type of guy that I have the power and no one else does. And I'm going to show you I have power.
Yeah.
And that's it. And I want to be a connected person. And as long as you're the right person at the time, you're his best friend. And the second that
Dude,
you're no longer needed.
You should have named his name. You know, you can get this work done on Fiverr for it's cost more than $5, but
Yeah, true.
literally
Hold on,
Fiverr and Craigslist.
We're really dragging Fiverr through the mud. That is not what Fiverr is. Now, if you want to hire somebody to talk about it in a specific accent to introduce your podcast.
Have you seen my Fiverr account, Bob?
No.
I'm like, I go fucking see people for a couple bucks.
I'm still waiting for you to put together your fucking TikTok account. Now you want me to look at Fiverr? All right. Well, so what did we learn here today?
Arnold Wicker is an asshole. He's the guy that told me that I shouldn't be enforcing marijuana laws and making marijuana arrests because it was incarcerating too many black people, and he thought I was targeting them. I was like, wait, what? What? Like, if you just don't want anyone to enforce this law, then I guess that's your job okay, you're the chief.
Yeah.
But it was a ridiculous statement. And among others, he's said many ridiculous statements, but he was an ass. Yeah, he was an ass.
So we're ending on an up note then. Where justice is prevailing. The downtrodden shall be redeemed. The oppressors shall be crushed. Right, Todd? We don't know the name of the person you're talking to, but I can vouch. I can vouch for the fact that she's kind of a jackass.
And I prescribed licking, an act of love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With a cuddly cat.
With a cuddly cat. All right, Cory. That is it. That is it for Schnozzcast for the week. Please join us here next week. Take care of yourselves. See you next episode.